Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. So, collective, this is going to be a bonus daily reading. I haven't got to do daily reads because my schedule has been insane. But this past weekend, oh my goodness, I am in shock and in awe, and I owe the Scorpio collective, as well as all the other signs too, a big thank you. For those of you that have been with me for some time, you know I've been doing this now, I think a little over a year and a half, or right around a year and a half mark. And when I started doing this channel, I wanted to do it. I was in the middle of, everything. Believe it or not, I was dealing with homelessness. I was dealing with a custody battle. I was dealing with a domestic violence situation. I was dealing with starting a brick and mortar business that was solely my own without dealing with crazy partnerships and bullshit. And so my videos weren't coming out consistently, but if I got 2 up a week, I was happy with that because I was building something. It was progression, granted slow, but it was still progression. Over the weekend, I think it was on Friday, I posted Scorpio's February 2024 reading, and if you've got those placements, check out that video if you haven't yet. That video took off, and I'm going to tell you, for a small town girl with big dreams and, you know, looking to just do what it is that I've been put here to do, to see those kind of numbers happen at 10,000 plus views, and they're still ticking, 800 plus likes, and over 100 different comments. I am in awe. I am humbled. I am grateful. And I wanted to say thank you to each and every single one of you who allowed me and helped me hit some goals that I was trying to achieve for some time now. So I don't take that for granted whatsoever. I don't even know what to say. Not gonna lie. I don't even know what to say. It's super cool. It's super exciting for me on this end. But my heartfelt thank you to all of you, because without all of you guys out there, it wouldn't be possible for myself or anybody else that does this. And I just want you to know that I think, you know, when we talk about the spiritual side of things, it's our energy, it's our time, it's our attention of where we put things. So to me, to have 10,000 plus people take time out of their day to listen and to be open and receptive to the messages that Spirit, you know, puts through me, and I've become a conduit for, that you guys give that energy and that time and that attention, and know that at least coming from me, it is so appreciated, so respected, and I do not take that for granted. So I'm just going to do a quick daily read. The weekly read, the long one with all of the timestamps, will be out. If it doesn't get out today, I have a very busy day ahead of me. It's Monday, of course. Then it will be out tomorrow. Okay, so just bear with me because my schedule is insane for the next 3 days. So today is, what is today's date? I don't even know. It's 29th, January 29th. So Monday, January 29th. All right, let's get a daily read out for you all. Again, thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribing, just all the ways that you support the channel. Emails, I got some emails over the weekend as well. And then, and that information too is in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. You can shoot me a message on there if you want personal reads, or for whatever you need, feel free to reach out. And I want to say too, side note, Scorpio's video was titled something to the effect, I can't remember the exact wording now, your silence is deadly, and so on and so forth. The end of a karmic contract, I think, for the Scorpio collective, at least on your side. And so many comments and sharing your own personal experience. I think that when we share that personal experience, it is one of the bravest things that we can do. Now, granted, we're all behind a screen, right? And we've got the little bubble, and either a letter or a picture is there. But regardless, you're putting yourself out there, and you are letting the world know, or somebody know, what your experience has been. And again, it is very brave and very courageous, because a lot of people go through life and don't speak upon their challenges. And for you to be able to do that is an amazing thing. So thank you for, feeling safe enough. And my job, my goal is to create a safe space for everybody. It always has been when doing this. So to give you guys the space to feel able to relay your thoughts and feelings. I love that, and I love that for you, and know that you are, you're leading the way by having a voice. Scorpio, you've learned when to say something and when not to say something. So kudos to all of you. All right, so let's do this. We're 5 minutes in. All right, Spirit, what does the collective need to know today for January 29th, Monday, January 29th? Can we get them some cards, please? I just heard love isn't everything that you do. Funny, woman holding heart on the split the sun. There's a lot of immense healing going on for a lot of the signs. It's not just Scorpio, guys. We're shifting timelines. I was sitting last night talking with Spirit like I do, and I felt this massive timeline jump, this big shift that's occurring right now. And in those occurrences, when you're starting to realize that your reality is changing, that there's something so different about the precipice that you are either on or you are walking through this doorway, you start to realize how much deeper your connections are. And I talked to somebody last night too, and the ahas, like coincidences. We were talking about coincidences, and I said, there's no coincidence. When these strange occurrences are happening, they're showing you something. They're waking you up to something. And I feel like for those who have maybe sat in the dark for some time, are skeptical or nervous or unsure about what else is out there, there's a lot of light being shed on that, and we're going to see that. I talked about it, I think it was in Cancer's video yesterday, about this shifting of this divide. Again, we're seeing another split off here that is essential for our growth. Again, lower vibrational energies are going to stay there. Those that are willing to put the work, time, and energy and investment into themselves and into the collective consciousness of love and doing all things in unity, we're going to see it shift upright. So it's like we're going to see this happen, and it is happening as we speak. Be open to your awareness of what your guides are telling you, because there's healing in that. Anything Spirit is saying it's been done in the dark comes to light. We know this, right? We've heard this time and time again. I sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. Understand that new beginnings, karmic endings, mass change is on the horizon. I have had the ability over the years to see the good and the bad. I don't know if it's because I'm a Scorpio myself or what the deal is, but I tend to see the nitty-gritty, ugly side of things so I can understand the contrast and be able to relay that information. We are going to, as a collective, face some challenges this year. It is the inevitable. You look at the economy, you look at the statuses of things going on around us. These challenges are coming, and I feel like that with this split, this timeline shift that is occurring, this is meant to kind of put you ahead of the game or give you deeper insight to what is to come. For all of you, it's going to be different, but on a social, economical scale, we're all going to see some major things happening. So, just I'm going to say be aware of that, but it's leading with love. It's opening yourself up. It is coming in to the soul tribes that you were meant to have, and being so okay with the messages, no matter how deeply they run, that you are safe, you are guided, you are protected. Let Spirit, let God, let whatever it is for you lead the way. Okay? So let's see here. The thinking woman. There we go. A lot of divine feminine energy in I got a band-aid on my finger. My cards aren't shuffling out right. I just said about seeing things, right? The anxiety in the sixth chakra, which is that of the third eye, right? Don't be afraid of what it is that you're seeing. Don't be, I just said this. Don't be afraid of what it is that you're seeing. Allow yourself to see it through the eyes of balance. Everything that has been wronged will be right? Like it's the inevitable. The thinking woman is also telling me that you don't have to do anything, and I'm pretty sure something equivalent to that came out in the Scorpio read. I just said about the light and the dark, right? There it is. There could be exposure around something that was trying to, like, kind of being tied up and hid behind the scenes as well this week. And I'm going to say this week, even though this is for today, this today for some reason could be a catalyst for this energy. All tied up, the garden and the gate, deceit. You're seeing something. You're knowing when to make moves. You're knowing when not to make moves. But this is something that I think for the collective in general has kept you kind of bound. Somebody could be trying to keep you bound to their way of doing things, but you were seeking balance. And I'm going to tell you, I've got the chills. You are going to strike that balance come hell or high water. Okay? So don't be afraid. Don't fear what is to come. The yin and yang is that masculine and feminine duality, right? The divine, and it is coming through. I feel like for some of you, be aware. I'm going to go back to this week, not just today, but I think like you can sense something in your gut saying something's coming, whether you know it or not. Like, you know, if you know, you know, right? And don't allow any feelings that are stirring up right now to throw you off of that balance. That balance is showing you. It's snowing outside now. Like, it was 62 degrees the other day. It's snowing, and you guys, I'm always like, my ears popping and stuff. Yeah, this is why, because it's 62 and now it's snowing. Anyhow, tis the weather in the United States, I guess. Oh my goodness. You may feel something coming in your gut. You're prepared. Again, Spirit is giving you the foresight to know this is what you need to see. Don't fear it. Know that it's separating you from the dark, okay? So let's see what else is coming in for you guys. Collective Spirit, clarify this thinking woman. I said it in Scorpio's read. I think I said it in Cancer's read, and I'm going to say it again. Can we get a single reading without the King of Wands? I have seen this card so much in the past couple of months. Like, he is predominant in everything we're doing, but he could also very well be the one, collective, male, female, them, they, it does not matter. This thinking woman, you got this King of Wands, this masculine energy. I said, you know, somebody could be kind of behind the scenes, and you take a look at this card in the Light Seers deck. You've got that lion back there behind, you know, this person. And I feel like, and then you've got the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Cups, King of Cups, Scorpio energy and Sag energy here. You could be waiting on something. And I get this feeling of waiting because you're coming out in the upright, in the bold, in the decisive energy that says, I have learned, I know, I see. This King of Wands, there's something about a downturn, Spirit is saying, when it comes to this energy, and this is definitely related to this deceit card. There's a difference in passion, and there's a difference in anger, right? We can have a passion, we have a fuel, we have a fire, we have a desire to keep going or to move into things. Other people will come in angry. And that's kind of how I feel about this King of Wands. He's very assertive, and him coming out in the sideways position says to me, Spirit just said he's out for blood. It doesn't have to be a he, but they're out for blood. Whatever you have walked away from, whatever you have turned your back on, or what you're finding you are realizing you need to detach from, is going to be that one thing that wants to continue to play. And I talk again about that divide. When you separate yourself from people who dominate, control, manipulate, are greedy, self-serving, they get pissed when you don't play with them anymore. And this is kind of that energy, is like they're not feeling seen. They're not feeling heard. I talked about Scorpio's silence, and you know, this I think is indicative of the same thing. When you take this Ten of Swords in this particular deck, you know, she's not pinned to the ground like in the traditional Rider-Waite. She's looking out to the horizon. She's ready to move on. And for a lot of you, you're looking forward to your happiness, your wish fulfillment, emotional balance with that King of Cups. And I think you've gotten very clear about what has happened in you know, your existence, in your life, in your world, in your everyday. And you know where you're heading. You're damned and determined, Spirit said, to make things happen. I think whatever control situation you were dealing with, whether this is work, home, soul contracts, it doesn't matter. There's an energy of just being fed up with it. Like, I'm just not going to engage. I'm tired. And again, this was a big message for Scorpio. but I feel like it's a big message for the collective in general. I just said about being clear and concise. You got the King of Swords. Could be dealing with the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It does not have to be, but there's an assertion of boundaries and spiritual connection. The divine spirit is saying is calling. This balance is, you could be seeing through the lies and illusions, right? It's kind of giving me moon vibes. You understand the differences. You get the differences. There is that contrast, right? But understand the other side of that dark is the light. And I just was talking about that in the beginning, right? In general. There's a wisdom. And I'm going to tell you, some of you could be partnering with somebody as well that has knowledge and foresight into a particular situation. But I also feel like for some of you, there's something that's being heavily examined. I'm kind of seeing this King of Swords as someone in an authoritative position who makes decisions, who makes judgment calls, who is a communicator, who is clear about what is happening and transpiring and seeing both sides of a situation. You guys are protected. You've put up your boundaries, and it's like once you take that lead role in your life and say, I'm taking these steps forward and I'm protecting myself and I'm moving in a positive direction, Spirit's supporting you in whatever it is that you're doing. They see the work that you're putting in and trying to accomplish. Too many cards there. All right, what is this anxiety about? Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, there's a fear attached to this deceit back here, that it's almost like I don't know what's coming, because you could have dealt with this situation time and again. We'll lay it out to a work situation. You have this one person who just screws up everything for everybody else, or they're just where you think, it's that person that for every solution you have, they find a problem with it, and it's kind of hitting those roadblocks and those bumps. So there's like a truth. You're acknowledging the fact that the truth of the story, the truth of the matter is there's always an issue. And it's like I said, again, I'm going to reiterate this. I said this to Scorpio. You look at the Queen of Cups and Cancer, Pisces energy for me as a reader. Her hands are up in the air. It's, you think about it. I mean, I'm not trying to put religion into this, but you go to church and your hands are up to God, right? Like, or if you're in a moment of just desperation or fed up, it's just like, what do we do in a moment of just anything during the day? Dear Lord, now what? And I feel like that anxiety is based upon knowing the past experience of going, I'm in the foresight, going, I've done this before, so I know how this could play out should this person or situation turn back to the way that it used to be. I don't think you have to worry about that anymore, because I do feel like with this King of Swords, whatever has happened, and they're speaking specifically on a family dynamic. So maybe there's just been an issue with something or somebody, but now somebody else is starting to see what has been happening, that maybe what you thought or what you had said, there's some truth behind why you feel the way you feel about something. So now it's not just you that's aware of this deceit or the lies or the deception or the reason why a person holds back. Someone else is seeing this too. There's becoming more of a microscope energy on whatever this is that surrounds you, okay? And this sixth chakra. I would say to you guys, and Spirit's advising, pay attention to this week in general. You're going to start to see things unfolding. Sixth chakra, we've got the Five of Cups. And I feel like you could have been hoping. It's like I always say, I hope for the best, but expect the worst. And that's, as I say that, there's the Five of Cups, which is that of Scorpio energy. Again, and please, other signs, don't feel offended by the fact that I've used Scorpio as the example. Simply, their video was very profound. I feel like anybody could stand to learn something from that video. But it's hope for the best, expect the worst. That foresight is like, again, you have that working knowledge of the way things have turned out in the past. And that may be the energy that you're sitting in, is going, I've seen worst case scenario in this, and gosh, I don't want to go there. King of Pentacles, though, Two of Pentacles, like, there again, It could go either way, good or bad. I also feel like for some of you, you feel like situations right now could make you or break you. I don't think you're going to have to worry about it. Like, the more you stay out of your head and out of your mind, here you are. Coming in is the Four of Wands. Let's go back. Page of Wands, the Strength, the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Empress. Somebody, I'm not going to dig too deep into this, but I'm going to tell you, for those of you that are watching, this could be for the cross-watcher, but I feel like those of you that have taken the time to tune into this, you're going to release that Five of Cups, where that worry, the concern, the stress of the past, something takes an upturn in regards to your security, your stability, your peace of mind, your emotional release, and you're stepping into a whole new creation of life, collectively. It's coming. Spirit's asking you not to fret, not to worry, not to stress. You're moving into a place of freedom. There's no need to have fear of what's to come next. Again, this idea of being in that fear for so long before, it's almost like it's jaded you, okay? What is this deceit? Clarify this, get you guys some advice, and I am out the door. Look at this. Look, Four of Pentacles. I said somebody could be trying to hold on to something. This could be money matters. You got the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. Like, they're holding on to everything that they've got. So you could be dealing with somebody. Some of you, this may pertain to a mortgage. Spirit just said, like, they're not really giving, but something happens, they're going to have to give. I don't know what that's about. So for those of you who are buying a home, they're saying read the fine print, because there's a clause in there on something. So be very diligent. And this is kind of, I said it the other day, and I forget what's going on astrologically, but there's a period, it's kind of like Mercury retrograde, where we need to review, taking stock of everything. So don't be afraid to go back and look over things and make sure you're really paying attention to what you're setting yourself in motion for moving forward. The deceit, the Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. They're fearing you walking out. They're fearing you walking away. And whatever this is, like if you're a worker and you're going to work and you're doing the work and you're putting it in, and they just kind of keep giving you the runaround on promotion or schedules or whatever this is, you put your 2 weeks in and they're likely to change their tune. Because, oh shit, like, we're going to have to give something if we're going to get something in return. There's a big emphasis here around the side of this, if you're dealing with them in some capacity moving forward, that they're going to have to compromise. Compromise is very heavy here with that Six of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. The person who was holding back and refusing to make movement, they're going to be forced to compromise. And that's an ego thing, right? Like, oh no, it's all mine. It's greed. They're going to be forced to compromise. 23 on the clock, 5-5 change. But you're the one thing, I feel like in the past they were able to pull everybody in and just kind of keep feeding a facade to. Not you. Like, no, we're not doing it this way. That ain't going to be a thing. So I do feel like collective compromise is on the horizon. Lay back, lay low, don't make any quick moves. You're not going to have to, because eventually it's going to put the pressure on the other side for a change. Cut down, here's the advice. Cutting out separation, stopping the pattern in the silent treatment. Again, moving on, moving forward. I've had enough, I'm walking away from this. But Spirit is saying, you know, but for you, it's to move in love. It's to be that Queen of Cups moving forward. Separation, sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Cactus, well, you know, who wants to cuddle a cactus? Don't be mad at me when I get tired of your shit and the prickly ways that you've been. Right? Like, that's, who wants to be a part of that? And this person, this situation, whatever this dynamic is for you, you're fed up. You've been stabbed, gouged, poked at one too many times. And know this, you know, I hate to like go, oh well, they're watching you, and oh, they want to be with you, and oh, blah 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 blah. they're pissed. It's the ego that says, well, what are they doing? How are they doing the things that they're doing? Where are they going? What job are they taking? How much did they offer them? Did this person find a new romantic partner? Are you leaving me for somebody else? And the accusations start, right? Like shit like that. And it's like, back here, this deceit, whomever this is for you, you held back. You kept me tied up in situations I didn't deserve to be in, probably third party. And you're going to be mad at me for getting fed up and walking away from you? Narcissistic vibes right there. I'm not saying that every person out there is a narcissist, but I'm going to tell you, a lot of people have those inky-dinky traits in there. They show off a little bit of that, okay? Your passion and desires are elsewhere. And I'm going to tell you, if you're dealing with a love situation, if they come in feeding you nonsense, I love you, you're my best friend, how do I live without you, what am I going to do, blah, 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 they're love bombing you. And it's bullshit. And I say that, love call. Ground your energy and know that, like, this situation, and I'm going to say third party related, if it is, I don't know, maybe an ex, a parent, it doesn't matter. Something blows up. Something is setting to blow up. Their sparks that they have ignited were all the wrong ones, and they're seeing you move on shining like a diamond. We're gonna pull out some Rihanna this morning. Shining like a diamond. Like, you are moving on and moving forward, and you're finding the things that are going to equally get back to you, whether this is love, money, work, home, family, it doesn't matter. But this deceit is coming to an end. And I'm going to say, for some of you, remember, you're on different timelines, right? It may take a little bit longer, depending on your situation, for this to like totally clear itself out, but it's coming. But Spirit is saying the right will be, or the wrong will be made right. And your job is to stay in that higher vibrational energy of this balance. Understand it. Think clearly. Stay out of your head. Give people compassion. But just because you have compassion for somebody doesn't mean that what they did was okay, or what they said was all right, or that you need to allow them back in. Hey, thanks for this shitty experience. I've learned a lot about yourself, about you and myself, and now I'm ready to move on and move forward. And you go your way, I'm going mine. I wish you the best. Bon voyage. And that's pretty much what this boils down to. It's just going to take a little bit of time, a little more time. I would say within the next month, this will close out, but I feel heavily, Spirit is saying today is day one of the beginning of this closeout. So it's like a cycle within a cycle that's working to close out a situation so that you can have ultimate peace in your life. So do all things with compassion and love, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart for likes, shares, subscribes, comments. You guys are amazing. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a wonderful Monday. I hope it gets off to a good start for you. Again, I will have that weekly readout as soon as possible to you. If I can get it done this morning, I will. If not, it'll be tomorrow. And I don't know, guys, keep kicking. You guys you're amazing. I appreciate all of you so very much. I'm sending you tons of love and light. Take care, and I'll see you soon.